Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Tinder Biddles of Tinder TV, bringing you a commentary here on the channel today with my review of Black Ops 6 Season 2, as well as to talk about the overall state of the game right now and some things that I think that they could do better. We're going to start out here with some gun game gameplay mode just added in for Season 2, and I'm going to follow it up with some Modern Warfare 3 gameplay because it's going to tie into the commentary later on. I'd like to take a moment to just say like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps me. I just do this for fun because I love COD. I watch YouTube, so why not? So, getting into it, Black Ops 6 Season 2 is the definition of mid. At the end of the day, we're sitting here playing a game that we got 2 new 6v6 maps on, a new strike map on, 3 new weapons, a returning game mode, and some interesting odd little game mode and an event. In the event, we get ourselves a new score streak, well, a returning score streak, and we get ourselves an attachment. That is the entire first half of the season update here. The maps themselves are not the greatest. They're not the worst, but they just seem quite mid. Bounty is okay, a little cluttered, but it's a fun map. But there's nothing here that stands out. The PPSH is cool. The Fang is a solid LMG, but nothing to really make it distinct and different from others. And the score streak we got is the War Machine, which has been in basically every Black Ops in one way, shape, or form. There's nothing here to really get you excited or really change the game or shake things up in a major way. There was no balancing changes to really shake the meta or change anything up. And for me, at least, the most exciting thing that we had gotten is gun game, which is something that used to launch and be a staple with COD. I feel like the event for the Terminator event was fairly lackluster too, not just in the awards that you get for earning the skulls. The skull event was pretty cool. We've seen this before in COD, but in a couple matches of multiplayer and 2 matches of zombies, I had the entire thing completed. And the most significant thing that you get during the event is the War Machine and the full auto mod for the AEK. That's it. The rest of the cosmetics are really not even that Terminator inspired. They could have been better. Which is why I come over and have the Modern Warfare 3 gameplay to follow this up, because I feel that Sledgehammer Games and Modern Warfare 3 last year had really spoiled us and showed us how we could get a proper season done, how to keep the community engaged and to do good things and keep evolving the game. Modern Warfare 3, with a few exceptions, most of the seasons you would get 4 maps. We had one where we got 6 for 6v6. We would get 5, 6 weapons, melee weapons. We wouldn't just get a party mode and a traditional mode. We would get multiple game modes. We would get actual engaging events that were more than just pick this up or get XP. We would get interesting new takes on the game, like the Get High game mode, for example, and for some of the mini arcade games that they brought in. We would get variant maps, Bitvella instead of Favela, Satan's Quarry, Spore Yard, and we got all these different. Now I know the community's thoughts on those variant maps were very mixed, but they still added in different flow. Sledgehammer would also listen to the community and put those maps in their own playlist. So if you're the type of person that wants to play them, you have that option available to you. I feel like the communication from Sledgehammer last year was better. The events were better. I feel like we got more content for the seasons. There was one season where we got 3 score streaks in one season. We would get aftermarket parts or new attachments every week, new camos every week, and we would always have something new to go log into the game and see or do or experience. And that was on top of an ever-evolving gameplay loop. Sledgehammer was doing things like reducing the visual recoil, spawning animations, and just adjusting a bunch of things that the community had given them feedback on that they didn't enjoy. And at the end of the day, the game that launched from Modern Warfare 3 to the game that we have sitting as Modern Warfare 3 today are completely different. So many balancing updates, content updates, and things they kept in the game. It is a very robust and engaging game, and I feel like Black Ops 6 is a good game at its core if they can make a few small changes, which I've discussed before. The main things that Black Ops 6 really needs to do is improve their servers overall, whether that's in multiplayer and Warzone as well, though I don't talk about Warzone much here on this channel. They need to improve their anti-cheat, and the overall events could be much better. The content, the updates, the communication could all be vastly improved. I think that this game is being carried heavily by zombies. And though Season 2 is better than Season 1, don't get me wrong, it's still very mid at best. I think that we should be able to expect more game modes, maybe some new equipment, more new perks, options to play, wild cards, and streaks than what we've seen so far. The few things that we have seen, like I've mentioned already, are things like a war machine that we've already seen a bunch of times. It's not exciting whenever we had a war machine in Cold War, had it in Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2. It's just not exciting anymore. When we saw the Swarm get added into Modern Warfare 3 last year, we haven't seen that since Black Ops 2. It was exciting, it was powerful, and it was good and useful. It was appropriately priced. The events would actually be engaging and give us cool rewards. Aftermarket parts that would completely change up a gun that was already familiar and basically make it into a completely new weapon. Could take weapons that you previously didn't enjoy and make them into something that you could be your new favorite weapon. Game modes like Get High provided us a different way to play the game in a completely different manner, just doing the parkour and running around the map, and gave us different reasons to log in and for our friends to come and join us. Maybe people that left the game to come back and play. Adding in all the party game modes, one in the chamber and whatnot, just helped to add to the robust game modes list and selection and options that we had to play. The thing to me about Modern Warfare 3 that spoiled us is we had options. We had a game that had well over 100 weapons, and if you count the aftermarket parts, mods, conversion kits, whatever, we probably had upwards of 200. We had so many different streaks. We had a great, robust gunsmith, create a class list that gave us plenty of options between the actual perks and vests and everything that we could use, and allowed us to lean into whatever play style we truly wanted to. And throughout the year, they were making adjustments to these perks, to these vests, and the way that we could play. They were making adjustments to field upgrades and the balance on weapons and even score streaks. We've barely seen any of that this year, and I think that contributes to Black Ops 6 feeling a little burnt out already. And that's before we mention the same problem we've had from the beginning, which is the maps in this game seem very lackluster. There's very few maps in Black Ops 6 that I could sit here and say that I'm excited to see pop up. That could also be a product of the matchmaking, which we know needs to be toned back, changed, but that's a conversation for another day. Treyarch's always been my favorite developer. World at War is my favorite game. Black Ops 2 would be a close follow-up. And I really see so much potential with everything about Black Ops 6. I can see so much potential in this multiplayer. It's really solid at its core. We just need a few updates, better servers, better anti-cheat. We need the matchmaking to be toned down a little bit. And we need some better, more meaningful seasonal updates. And this could end up being a great game, and it's fondly remembered by the community by the end of its life cycle here. Looking back at Modern Warfare 3, it truly is one of my favorite games that we've had, at least in very many years. And I can't wait to see what Sledgehammer Games does next, and I hope that Black Ops 6 can improve things and get even better, because I want to play this game throughout the whole year. But that's all I've got for you today. If you enjoyed the video and the commentary and you actually made it this far, I appreciate you. Thank you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and have a blessed day.